This is TWiT.
Okay, let's take this sour taste out of our mouths.
Exactly.
Talk about Xbox.
And talk
Put
about
some
Xbox.
refreshing Xbox.
So it's time for the spearmint refreshment built into Xbox.
I read these notes from Margrethe.
Yeah. Did you? What do you think?
I really want your take because I thought they were very that is a smart person.
Okay, I was going to say because you're not.
No.
No, you don't understand. Leo will remember this. I would leave my wife for this woman.
No, you
I am. I would.
We're talking about Margrethe Vestager, who is the competitions director or whatever for the EU.
I was really nervous you're going to go in a negative direction there because I got to tell you, I love her.
No. I was blown away. It's the between the line stuff. Like she is so elegantly telling everyone. Well, telling the UK, well, you screwed this up so bad.
Oh, that's interesting.
And giving them an out, showing them the way out of it.
That's right. The two things that
I don't want to be sexist, but she is a handsome woman.
I'm telling you, I love her.
So smart, holy man.
And she's fantastic.
But see, we've had complaints about Vestager as well, haven't we?
Right. So you get the context here is the EU is kind of top heavy with bureaucracy.
Yes.
They're obviously are making a career out of going after big tech, all of which is from the United States. So you get that kind of competitive thing, which, we don't like here. We don't like to see that. But they are very quick to go after companies, very slow to finalize the process. So, charges come and then 8 years goes by and nothing has happened. I mean, so there's that kind of weirdness. I can't put that on her shoulders, right? This was the case with her predecessors. It's not her. It's the whole
system
process. Yeah, it's a system. On the other hand, they approved this deal. And the EU has far greater concerns about possible competitive ramifications of gaming in general or any particular gaming market than does the UK. There are just way more companies in the EU. There are way more people. This is a bigger thing, and this was almost I don't want to call it a masterclass, but I thought it was a very good example of giving someone an out. I had this person I worked with a million years ago. I'm almost afraid to say this out loud because there is a small chance he's listening. But you reach a point sometimes with people where you have to say, look, you're either an idiot or you're wrong. It's your choice. You tell me which one it is, and then we'll just move forward because nothing you say makes sense.
I can hear that.
So
I can just hear you saying that to somebody.
I mean, no, at some point you just stop. Stop talking. You're not there. What that person needed and what people need when they're wrong is we all make mistakes moment. Like they need look, you did the right thing.
Don't double down now. Now
stop digging a hole.
Yeah. You need to be more political than I am. You need to give people that out. Yeah. And I feel like like Richard said, I feel like she did that. How do two smart people or two smart groups of people, however you want to say it, look at the same problem and come away with completely different conclusions?
So she was speaking to this, I'm not going to pronounce this right.
It's very long.
The Studienvereinigung Kartellrecht. Why don't they, just speak English, okay? For all these European long words, weird words. Come on, just speak the language as it's written.
I bet she nailed it though when she said it.
Oh, I'm sure she said it perfectly. Check Against Delivery is the title of her talk.
Yeah. On
simplification, the effort to cut red tape. So what did she say? I mean, can you summarize?
You got miles to go. This is very long.
That's a long piece.
To me, the brilliant part was saying, hey, we care about cloud gaming, but Activision doesn't. Activision never put any of their games into the cloud, but Microsoft says they will. This is actually going to make cloud gaming better.
Right. Well, she says firstly, some people as in the
people,
Brits,
those people,
that agencies should either block or clear mergers, nothing in between. Right. She says that's not our policy. We cannot, as a matter of principle, dismiss remedy proposals.
By the way, that's not antitrust policy almost anywhere. The point is, well, you can say yes or no. I mean, obviously that is one thing, but what you're looking for you see a deal of this size and you think, okay, look, Microsoft's going to have to make concessions. What might those concessions be? When everyone thought it was all about Call of Duty, they came out and said, look, we'll put Call of Duty everywhere for 10 years. We'll make an agreement with anyone, and did. They made agreements with everyone. The only company that didn't sign it that was offered it was Sony, which just doesn't want them to get the company.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So
it is interesting, though. I have to say that, she's the lead on this in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they've already signed off. They think it's a good to go.
Yeah. Some people, I think maybe you said this last week, Paul, really think the British did this as just up yours to Europe. Like, we're not Europe, see?
Yep. Yeah, great. No, you have shown that you're separate. You're the dumb part. And it's just she says this very well. It's she, first of all, 80% of their conditional clearances relied on structural remedies, right? In other words, you can't just dismiss remedy proposals. That's the part where she gets as close as I think as she ever gets in this, is to saying you screwed up. You have just dismissed the proposal. When Microsoft kind of says, we offered them this, they just didn't, it doesn't appear anywhere in the CMA documentation. They just said, no, we're not doing it because of this thing.
Yeah. Which is not a thing.
Right. So it's Microsoft. This is not in her letter, or her talk, but Microsoft has since come out and kind of said, the UK looked at this cloud gaming as if it were some kind of a market. They're like, Microsoft dominates the market for cloud gaming. First of all, if that were a market, it's the tiniest market in the world. It's nothing, but whatever. They're like, cloud gaming is not a market. It's a delivery system.
Yeah. So
if you're saying we dominate a world in which games are delivered in this fashion, okay, but most games are not delivered like that. Like 99% of games are not delivered in that fashion. So calling us dominant in this little area is one of those, what's the term? When something's technically true, but it's completely irrelevant, it's just, that's all that is. And that's a great way of putting it.
It's a straw man.
Yep. Crazy.
But if I'm the UK regulator, I'm saying, thank you, Marguerite. This is exactly why we have Brexit. So you can't tell us what to do.
Yeah. Right.
She has no she has no standing.
I love that we're all being victimized by this attitude problem, And by the way, listen, we get that you want to be separate. One thing you could do is communicate with each other. Did the UK have anything to offer to the EU that might have changed their minds? Apparently not. Right. And what about the reverse? I don't think they were listening.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this was an interesting
I'm surprised she came out and did this because she didn't need to. They'd already approved it. I don't know that it gives any option or not. I'm not saying I have no knowledge of this. Why would I? But I have to wonder if this isn't a response to the fact that when the EU announced that they would declare this thing conditionally, the UK CMA felt the need to go into to unleash a tweet storm defending their decision. Right.
Just shut up. You don't have to reply. Nope. They're not in your jurisdiction. Nobody cares what you think about it. But it just came off as petulant.
Yeah.
So now she responds to that, and she looks professional, and it kind of helps that she's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And really did, there's no effort to humiliate in this, but to genuinely say, you can give them an out. Right? There's a way forward on this.
It's all. God, you could see this, and you could say this in so many. It's almost like a talk about toxic masculinity. It's like if you block a merger, you're a tough enforcer. If you clear, let's just say that you're not perceived as tough. Because what I want to really say is, if you clear, well, you're a wimp. And it's like and then she says that's not our policy.
Right.
Well,
we cannot, as a matter of principle.
There's a little humor. I didn't realize she had a sense of humor. She says, I am told that Call of Duty is a very popular shooter franchise, but we found that Microsoft would probably not shoot itself in the foot by stopping sales to the much larger PlayStation base. I made a funny.
Let's clink the glasses. That was a good one.
This is actually, I'm being silly because you're right. I'm reading it.
It's brilliant.
It's
really well spoken.
Yeah.
Makes a very strong case for the Brits to shape up or ship out. Well, too late for that. Oh, wow.
Oh, well. Anyway, I'm glad she did it. I love her. She's great.
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, and she's Danish, Leo, so you got to work on your Danish accent.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Well,
I don't. All I
German's
know
probably
is
close
the
enough. Can you do
Swedish
a
chef. I can do that.
Dutch.
Yeah, not the
There you
same
go.
thing at
That's
all.
what- it is the nexus between Sweden, Germany, and the Netherlands. It's kind of
This is our duty, the call of duty. By the way, she ends her speech. Our mission
wish
is
she
to
sounded like
accompany the transition. Our mission is to accompany that transition one merger at a time, is to find solutions that keep the game, get it, fair for all players, and working closely together with sister agencies as we do so. That is our call of duty.
Oh, man.
Nicely done,
Bam.
Margrethe
And she threw the
Vestager.
microphone on the floor.
Mic drop.
And they were like, did she just refer to the CMA in feminine terms? Is that what she just did? Was that a little put down?
That's just a language difference
You know?
between us.
Yeah. No, I
It
think it's
seems
just
clear
because,
that she says the shifting sands of crisis and transition will set the agenda for mergers in the coming years. Since the pandemic, disruption has become the norm. There are shifts in how consumers shop, work, relax, and socialize. We should expect that in the years to come, this will lead to consolidation in traditional sectors, but also M&A in emerging sectors. Our mission is to accompany that transition. I don't know if accompany is the right translation there.
Right.
Accommodate maybe would be better. One merger at a time.
Right.
Um,
Not be dumb.
not be dumb about it, you Brexiters. Yeah, they're trying to spread Brexit all over us. Stop it.
Right.
Keep it to
Exactly.
yourself.
Salute yeah.
We don't need your stinking Brexit.
We're all going to suffer.
Too funny.
Anyway, I thought that was fantastic.
Now,
The problem is if I write about this, all I'm going to do is I should
just-
just quote what she said. She doesn't. There's nothing you can add to it.
it's
really.
perfect.
Right? I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
It's really
It's
quite
almost
well said, I thought.
editorial free.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically saying, no, you made a mistake, and we didn't make that mistake because this is why, and so, I mean, there's nothing she can do about it.
Hey there, I'm Micah Sargent. Look, as a geek myself, I feel it's only fair if I admit something. We can be kind of hard to shop for. So what do you get for that geek in your life who has everything already? Well, a Club TWiT gift subscription, of course. TWiT podcasts keep them informed and entertained with the most relevant tech news podcasts available. With a Club TWiT subscription, they're going to get access to all of our podcasts ad-free, exclusive outtakes, behind the scenes and special content, and I love this, exclusive shows like my own Hands on Mac and Hands on Windows from Paul Thurrott, as well as the Untitled Linux Show. So purchase your geek's gift at twit.tv/clubtwit, and they will thank you every day.